Hello, everybody. Hopefully you can hear me okay. Let me turn up my volume. Hold on. The husband is watching some sort of, I don't know, Ford versus Ferrari or something. It's a movie. Anyhow, so hopefully, because it was really loud. So I closed my door and hopefully you can hear me. And sorry about the reflection from the glasses, but blind. Okay, so first let me just do the template. Okay, so, or somebody asked about adding an appendix and having it still commit in the TOC without jacking up the formatting. Okay, so these are the two templates. Oh, wait a minute, you can't see anything. Hold on. I'm so tired. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Share screen. Here we go. All right. That's better. Okay, so here's one template. This is the quantitative template. I haven't touched anything. This is the qualitative. I put them each up because first this, if you will open, for those of you that don't know this is like a time saver. Go to view, make sure navigation pane is clicked, okay? And you can look at how things are arranged, with headings in the paper. You can see the pages like this, and then if you search for something, like if I want to find, I don't know, which one is this? This is qualitative. Let me look at member checking. And it's in credibility section down here. It'll show you in the headings where they're at, but if you click on results, it'll show you and take you right to it like this. So, and then to clear that, you just click it. So each one has, why is that there? There, okay. So each one is going to have different appendices, or it should. Hold on. This one over here is quantitative, and this one's qualitative. Okay, so I'm going to go to the appendices. Yeah, they're a little different. This one has a few more than this. You shouldn't have to add an appendix. You just shouldn't have to, unless you're still in the old template, which if you're not through AQR2 or at least assigned an AQR2 reviewer in the old template, by the end of the month, you're probably going to have to swap over to the new template. So in the new template, you really shouldn't have to add any appendices because they've expanded them. But if you have to, let's use the qualitative one. If I can, there we go. Okay, so let's say I just want to add, we have what through L down here. It says additional appendices. So they've kind of already given you one, right? But let's say I need to add one for, I don't know, Appendix M, right? Okay, so what I'm going to just do, because it's already formatted, obviously it's already formatted because it's in this navigation bar. Another way you can tell if something is formatted, like if you didn't have this up, if you just put the cursor on where it says Appendix L, go over here to Home. Do you see this big, nice long bar? This is called your Styles bar. It's got a little up and down slider here. So I'm on Appendix L. I'm going to click down. You see where this says Heading 1? It's highlighted. Additional appendices is also a 1. It's a heading 1. Now if I go here, see how it disappeared? It's not heading 1 anymore. Look, it's normal text, right? So all of this, yeah, don't, if you click over it, it'll show you what it'll do to it. So don't mess with the formatting. Don't mess with the formatting. It's already formatted. Now, if I need, I don't know, let's say we have to add another appendix. It's cheating? Not really. It's called using the old noggin. What I do is I am going to highlight all of this. I'm going to copy it. Then I'm going to drop down to the bottom and I'm going to go to another page. And right when I get to the top of the page, I'm going to do nothing else. I'm going to paste what I just copied right there. Now, look at your navigation bar over here. See how I added another appendix? So all I'm going to do is go in here and change it. And if you look over here again, you see it'll change as I change it. And so on this one, I might call this, because, you know, why not? No such appendix, but for giggles. So that you can do that. Now, let's make sure that it went into the TOC, because the template, the whole thing is built in such a way that all of this stuff, when you add something, it should go in. If I add another header, like I added this appendix, it needs to be in the table of contents. So now what I'm going to do is going to use my little navigation bar. I'm going to come back up near the top, and the TOC is right before the list of tables. It doesn't say table of contents, but that's where it is. Now, if I hover on my table of contents and it grays itself, just click it, and this little tab will come up here. It says update table. I'm going to update entire table, and this worked earlier, so we're going to see if it works now. Okay, so it's updated it with the page numbers, and boom, there's appendix. And coffee and mockery. So that's how you would add an appendix. Now, in chapter 2, and some of y'all are going to be like, what is she talking about? I'm not there yet. Don't freak out. It'll be okay. If you need me to make a video for something else, I can. Now, in chapter 2, let's go to review of the literature, right? Okay, so it's got to typically be 30-ish pages. Now, review of the literature, I'm going to look, that's a heading 2, as it should be. That's the way they have it. So if I go, and let's say in this review of the literature, I've been writing, and right here, I need to add a header. And it needs to be a level 3 header. You know what, let's not confuse me. Hold on, let's do this. I'm going to go back up to my level 2 header. This is my level 2 header. Let's say after my level 2 header, I want to add, okay, let's say this is the header. Let's just pretend this is some sort of introduction paragraph. And right here, I want to add a header for the name. Let's see, what do we want to do? If I want to add a header, and it has to be a level 3 header. Okay, let's just say that the header I'm going to put in under review of the literature is actually like a sub section of this. So it's going to have to be a level 3 header. So if I put, okay, I'm going to type it in. I want to highlight it, and I'm going to press that. That is correct for APA 7. It looks a little different APA 6, but we're only worried about 7 because 7 is in here. Now, do we want to, I'm going to double check it because I'm still learning everything about APA 7. It takes a hot second. So I'm going to put here and put when in doubt, always go to the OWL. Purdue OWL is awesome sauce. So you can see here, all of this stuff is going to be, this is APA 7. If you're still working in APA 6 because you're still on the old template, that's all cool. You can click right here and it'll take you back. So, but you see, a level 3 header is supposed to be flush left, bold-faced italic, title, case heading, and the text that you write is going to start a new paragraph. That's what it's done. It's bold, italicized, and it's got the title, case heading, and my new paragraph is going to start down here where this paragraph is. So, and see, if you look over here into the navigation bar, it's got the review of the literature, and you can see the header I just put in. They get a little cranky, and sometimes they don't work all the time. So just bear with it. It'll be okay. If you need some help, I mean, I can try to help you with it, but typically it's not too drastically hard. Oh, let me see if, no, what am I doing? Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm putting my header back in. All right, I want to see something because I don't know if the table of contents, if they have it where it'll pick up a level 3 header in the table of contents. Let's look. That movie is so loud. Can you hear that? Men and cars. It'll all be okay. Hey, look, it popped up. There it is. So, and they give you all the stuff on the side that you need right here. Don't mess with any of the existing headers. If you, or you know, if you got to put something in there, go ahead and add it. Make sure it's formatted right, and it should pop up. Not a problem. Hold on. Scooter. Sorry, y'all, my dog wants in. Come on. Is it too loud out there for my boy? Ugh. You can say hi to everybody. Say hi, everybody. Okay. Now, get on your banky. I know. Mommy loves you too. Okay. Sorry. So there's the template. So if you have any questions about that, you know, I mean, there are tons and tons and tons and tons of YouTube videos. So you can always use those. If you got questions about your different parts of the appendix, like what appendix is what, or what goes in what section, read the template. Okay, this whole section right here, I mean, they're writing it out for you, telling what you need to put in here. You can, and then of course, read the rubric. But so that's that. So I'm going to stop sharing that. Let me close some of these. All right, the DC network. Let me reshare. Ah, Uhtred, the Last Kingdom. I love that man. He's so cute. Okay, so see, transition, a new template. All right, so I talked to one of my students. I actually had a Zoom call today, and he was cool for me to show you guys around the DC network and use his page. He was like, yeah, I don't care. So that's what we're going to do. So you go to the DC network, Doctoral College Network, DC network. Well, is it doctoral? It should be. I think it's Doctoral College Network. I'm pretty sure is what that means. We have a lot of acronyms. Okay, so I'm going to sign in. You guys, it probably looks different on your end as opposed to my end, but that's okay. So you want to go in. So this is what it looks like when I log in. So everything's here. As I was telling you guys earlier, like let's say you want a dissertation editor, just go up here to search and just put in dissertation editor, and it's a forum. I would just click on it and you will get different replies to different posts that people make. So if I wanted to, let me look it up. So it'll give you all these different things. And there's a whole bunch of different threads. I mean, there's almost 10,000. I mean, there's a little over 9,000 for dissertation editors. You know, look at this, avoid this editor. You know, I mean, form and format editor. So you can find good, reliable people without getting scammed, without getting hunted down, without getting henpecked to death on on a stinking Facebook page. And I would go through this kind of careful and see, you know, check out the ones they say to avoid and this, that, and the other. So now I can see this. I don't know what you can see, but you probably can't see this. It's probably just your DC network. And I'm not sure from your side what you click on to get to your LDP, which is your learner dissertation page. That's your very own dissertation page. Okay. So I have a couple other things up here that you guys probably aren't going to have. Then you have the events down this side of the page, different stuff going on. Use the Zoom hours for the office hours for IRB. They're incredibly helpful. People don't use them enough, and they really need to use those. There's online cohort invitations. There's all sorts of different little goodies that they have as far as the events go. And then, you know, there's just other stuff like alumni presentations and awards that got awarded to folks, different announcements. Up here, these are the doctoral programs. These are all your learner resources. You should have almost all of these right here. For those of you, obviously you're doing your dissertation, so use your dissertation resources link. This is extremely helpful. AQR, how to write scholarly. If you don't already know this, you need to be doing the research training, okay? Because when you go to AQR2, you have to fill out a peer ready review level 2 form. I can't remember the exact name. But there's dissertation ready training, and it's a certificate program. So there's all these different training. Well, these are under development, but if you start, this is the mastery quiz, but here's the dissertation 1, the introduction, and then you could do all these modules, and when you're done, you take a quiz and you get a little certificate. You're going to have to do those. So that's worth exploring if you haven't already done it. I mean, I can make a 2-hour video just on that. We don't have time for that. So I want you to look at the research training and look at the research ready training, dissertation ready training, peer review training. Some of this you may have, some of it you may not have. If it's there, you need to do it. You know, if somebody's drafting your paper or looking at your paper or revising it, get in here and chip away at this. Put it on your calendar. There's different software that you can get, usually free to students, stuff about residencies. I occasionally teach residencies. Like I think I'm going at the end of the month. I think I've got the 1st through the 5th of February. Then there's different discussion forums. These are good. Even a little prayer request forum always comes in handy. Different videos on stuff, IRB videos, very helpful, and then other GCU services and stuff. Okay, so this is kind of just, and then there's blogs and forums, there's comments, they'll feature a little video. Now, I don't know what you click on to get to your LDP page. I have no clue because I can't see that side of it. I have a dashboard with a bunch of people on it. These are my students. And so Raymond, God bless you, Raymond, said I could use his. Let me check something on here. Let me make sure this thing is still, yeah, okay. Okay, so this is his dissertation page. Now, this is your home page. This has got your calendar. If you have upcoming events that you can add, like I've never used it myself because I keep everything on my Outlook or what have you, but you can add an event, like when you have a Zoom call, go in here and put it in here so you know that it's there, and it'll ding you and tell you there's a, you know, remember you have a Zoom meeting, and you can set up different, you know, alarms to go off. Your dissertation committee is going to be up here, okay? And this is his AQR reviewer, Dr. Walker. Then there's me. His methodologist is right here. This is Dr. LaChapelle. And then there's Raymond. He's an excellent, excellent student. And then this person hasn't put one up, but this is Casey Bomer. This is his content person. So it lists who everybody is. These are your communications, and you get to these if you will click on email form. So I'll get to that in a second. We'll go section by section. So this is your committee, this is your calendar, upcoming events, and you, like I said, you can schedule events like your Zoom calls. These are just important links. Again, you're probably not going to see all of this, but there are different instructional videos on how to set stuff up. There's textbooks that I have access to because I have to teach certain things. You might have different links down the side of your page from your end. And then there's the version 8 template video. That needs to go down. We don't use version 8 anymore. The dissertation form, you can ask a bunch of questions there. And then this is where we submit your stuff to AQR and form and format on our end. Okay, so the main functions you're going to want is this: your calendar, looking at your events, your dissertation communications here, your dissertation folders. Okay, so there's resources. If, like a chair might add you some resources to that. I personally, for my learners, I don't do that because all of my learners are in an email. I have a separate email for everybody called my learners group, and it's got 28 people in it. And if I have to send out an email, I send it out to everybody at one time. But if I need to send something just specifically to one student, I'm either going to use their email or their email forum in the DC network, which I do both. So for your first folder, your chair is probably going to put some stuff in there. That just depends. You have to check with the chair, see what every chair is a little different, how they like to operate things for their own flow of work. Okay, your prospectus folder, anytime you turn in a copy or you get a copy of your prospectus back with revisions, you need to post a copy in your prospectus folder, okay? Because God forbid, if your computer crashes or you lose it, you'll always have like the latest copy that you got back from, you know, your committee or your chair or whatever. That's why we want you to put it in here. So there's a folder for prospectus, and then there's a folder for proposal and a folder for dissertation. So as you move along, every time you get a graded or drafted revised copy back from your chair or your committee, take that and you're supposed to load it into your LDP. If it's the prospectus, put it here. If it's the proposal, put it here. If it's the dissertation, put it here. Typically, the AQR reviewer is going to put reviews in here in folder 5. Generally, that's usually like AQR 5. I don't see AQR 2 usually put much in there. And then there's IRB documents where you can put your IRB documents, and it gives you specific instructions. Like there's required documents, tells you what you're going to need. So it's good to kind of just poke around in these folders and see what's here when you get your LDP, or if you've never been in the folder, click on it and look at it. I went in and created him a folder called Zooms. So you are supposed to have 2, count them, not 1, but 2 Zooms with your chair every class. And every time we have, and we've missed 1 or 2, I'm not gonna lie, it happens. Sometimes we'll end up having a phone call and then he makes a little note in the email form. But after I have a Zoom with them, I put it in here and then I take it off my computer because I don't want to waste all my hard drive storing Zoom calls. And then once you get to, you know, after you've collected all your data and you're in AQR 5 and they're looking at that, they'll add another folder. They'll add an 07 folder, and that's where you'll upload all your data and stuff like that. Okay, dissertation activities. This is just what's been happening on this particular page in the order that it happened. So it's all documented. You can tell when I uploaded Zooms, you can tell when I've requested, you know, I've given him an alignment table, when he's given me something, when I've given back something, you know, it's there. You can, and I'm not sure how far it'll actually let you go back there, but but this is just kind of like the what's happening or what's happened on the LDP for a while. Now, email form. This is the one that I use the most, that I make my folks use the most. Oh, wait, one thing. Dissertation activities. Anytime anything's loaded into one of these folders, it's going to pop up in here. So we can see if you've uploaded it or not. Now, let's say I'm Ray. And I want, or let's just say I'm me. Okay, so I'm going to go in to Ray's email form. We just had a Zoom today. And you can see all these emails. But now when I post this, Ray is not the only one that's going to see it. Everybody in his LDP is going to see it. His content person, his methodologist, myself, his AQR reviewer. Now, to be fair, methodologists have a lot more learners than chairs or content experts do. So anytime anybody posts in here, I get an email. And I can basically read it in my email and answer it in my email if I want to. And I'll show you how to do that. But this is a place you as a learner can go and post something in your email form and everybody sees it. You're supposed to go, right? You're supposed to go through your chair to get to your methodologist or your content person when you get questions or something. So Ray might come in here, click on email form, and then add a topic over here. I'm going to add a topic. And when I type this out, everybody's going to see it. Same way if Ray did it. Like if Ray had a question for the methodologist, or he's got a question about something I put in his paper as a comment. He comes in here and says, question on revision. I had a couple questions on my revision, blah, 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 and he answers me, or he asks me, and then we can go back and forth, and I can answer him. You can do that in regular email too, but anything dissertation related needs to be in this LDP. That's for you, that's for us, that's for if something happens and I don't know, somebody gets tweaky or sideways about something, I turn this in, I didn't turn this in. If it's not in Loud Cloud, but you've uploaded it here, it's going to show up. So, I mean, it's for you and for us, and just for the school to see that we're communicating with you, okay? So, like, and I love spell check because I'm a horrible speller. So I just sent him, I'm going to send him a little note, right? Telling him thanks, because I got stuck in traffic yesterday when we were supposed to have the Zoom call and I couldn't get back here fast enough. So my bad, I missed it. But he was open to meeting today to answer a couple questions. Boom, done. So, and I also just reminded him, you know, to post a little written summary of the Zoom. I can attach files here if I need to. I can add a label, like if I need to remember specifically something. I can turn on the tracking if I want on my end to see if you're reading it. But I don't ever do any of that with them. So I'm just going to hit publish. And there's the message. Now, if I just go back and click on email form again, there it is. That's the last thing that went up there. So it pops up here so you can see. You can see there's 5 followers, right? Here, we've got this many views, this many topics. Now, when I go into one of mine, I can hit following, and you should do the same. If you don't follow your own LDP, you really should, because that will help you to get, see, now I've got like Miss Newland here, she posted in her form, and the reason that I know that is because this here, it says DC 3V3. So I know that that's in her form. So when I answer her, it's gonna automatically post it in her email form here. So this is just the super fast, way to do this. Let's see, I'm trying to, I think these are the main features. I mean, it's pretty down and dirty, pretty simple, but again, I don't know what you see on your side. So if you see something on your side that I don't see on my side and you've got a question about it, screenshot it, I guess, maybe. I'll try to help you with it as best I can. And then any folders or forums or whatever that you follow should pop up at the end of your page. That may, again, I don't know, that might be a faculty thing, I'm not real sure. But that's the parts and parcels of it. And let's see if there was anything else. Why do they label the LDP? Yeah, somebody else answered that. Yeah. Hey, Sandy, learner dissertation page. I don't know where, I don't think it says LDP. That's so funny. I guess just take for granted that it is what it is. It's just your learner dissertation page. It's your stuff. Nobody else sees it except your committee. I mean, the university can go in there if they need to for some reason to check something or whatever. But this is whatever you post in here, everybody sees it. Everybody sees it. That's on your committee. Let me just clarify that. Everybody that's going to see it is everybody in this dissertation committee thing up here. So the AQR reviewer can see it. But earlier when I showed you this email form and how I follow it and I get the email, your methodologist does not do that, probably because they have so many. They would never get, they'd spend all day going through email from notifications, for real. Your content expert might do it, or you should tell them about the feature so that they know that they can, and so they get alerted when there's a post. So you're supposed to go through your chair to get to your methodologist to get to content expert. And so sometimes I'll have students come in here, they'll go to the email forum, they'll add a topic, and they'll say, question for methodologists. And I'll see it, I'll read it. If I can't answer it, I'm gonna shoot an email to the methodologist saying, hey, Ray posted something in his LDP specifically for you to answer. I've given him what guidance I can, but I'd really like you to chime in on that. Can you pop in there and answer him? Then the methodologist will go in and answer your question. And, so you really kind of do have contact with your methodologist and your content expert directly because you have your LDP. It's just a lot of times they're not going to have that feature turned on where they get dinged every time you post in there. Because like I said, holy cow. I mean, I get a ton of email from these, but a methodologist has many more students than I do. So they don't turn that on. We just say, if it's something for them, we'll say, hey, it's in the forum. Can you take a look and answer it? So, but overall, that's it. I mean, it's easy peasy lemon squeezy for the most part. But if you got any questions about it, I'll be happy to do what I can. I don't think there were other questions, were there? I'm trying to think. I don't think we had the LDP. I can access the student portal, DC network, but cannot get into the DC network for doctoral. Okay, Amy, friend, you're going to have to clarify. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. The DC network is the network for doctoral learners. Or did you mean you can get into the DC network, you just can't click on the link that goes to your page, your learner dissertation page? If that's the case, you need to contact tech support, because I'm assuming that that's what you're referring to. If not, I'm completely confused, and you can always call me and I can try to walk you through it if you want. I just need some clarification and then I can help you with it. And nobody jumped on during our recording. That's okay. If you have any other questions, just put them on the page, you know, hey, I want a video on, or hey, what does this mean, or whatever. I mean, I'll answer what I can. This weekend's kind of slow, so for me, it'd be good if you asked them this weekend. Generally speaking, I'm somewhat busy. Well, no, I'm busy all the time. Oh, yeah. Oh, you couldn't see that, what I was looking at on the Facebook page, but I was reading comments. But okay, so I think I answered everything as far as that's concerned right there. So that's it for now. But if you have any other questions, just post them, or I'll try to help you as much as I can. I'm kind of slow right now, kind of not. It's fixing to pick back up though. Everybody's kind of reorienting themselves the first couple of weeks back, and so the revisions shall pour in, I'm quite certain. You know, because I have a big giant whiteboard with all my students on it, as you can see. And yes, no judging, I still have my little Christmas tree up because it makes me happy. But anyway, if you need anything, just let me know. I'll talk to you guys later, and have a good one. Bye.